Didn't work. Great. Awesome.
Woo!
What's up, y'all?
Our new transition where we just immediately jump into live.
Immediately
We're trying it out. Let us know what you think down in the comments. So, I want to start off by ranting because
Ranting? Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I know you like to rant about games you tried over the week, and I've got a couple things to say about a game that's on Game Pass currently called Secret Neighbor. It is a spin-off game from the game. What is it called?
Hello Neighbor.
Hello Neighbor. That's right.
Okay.
And Hello Neighbor.
It's already creepy.
If you didn't know what it was like a single-player like horror game where you play as a little kid sneaking into like your creepy neighbor's house.
Okay.
And he like tries to get you, and like the AI for the neighbor is like really, really smart, and it's just super creepy, right?
Okay.
And so the premise of Secret Neighbor is a multiplayer version of that, where you play with 6 people, and one of those 6 people, those 6 kids, actually is the neighbor in disguise. And the purpose of the game is to try and find all of the keys so you can sneak into the neighbor's basement and figure out what kind of spooky thing he's doing.
Sounds like a Neverland Ranch simulator, dude.
Right? And so, based on premise, it sounds pretty cool, right? So, me and my boys tried it. It is free, but it is rife with bugs and poor UI decisions and just poor quality of life decisions in general.
What's the name of the game so that I can pull it up?
Secret Neighbor.
Secret Neighbor. Okay.
Secret Neighbor. And so, me and the boys, it was mostly just D Poodley, our other friend Daniel, Joey, and myself have played the game, and it is so hard to win as the kids. It's like, because the neighbor is just so OP, it's ridiculous.
I mean, you're a bunch of dumb kids, right? Like,
yeah, but it's like it's so just tilted in the neighbor's favor. It's ridiculous because the neighbor, not only is he a kid in disguise, and you don't know who it is at the very beginning, which is a cool premise, but everyone spawned in the same exact spot at the same exact time. And on spawn, the neighbor can just turn into the neighbor and start grabbing kids immediately.
that's like in TF. You just spawn in their spawn point.
Yeah,
and just immediately
it's like spawn killing like immediately. So you can spawn, grab a kid, and then the kid like literally evaporates in like 3 seconds in your hand, and all you have to do is just not get hit when that's happening. The only way to even remotely survive is to try and is to stick together at all times, but that's where the crappy UI comes in because game chat barely ever works.
Yeah, you probably need that for this type of game.
So you can't really like talk with each other unless you're like joining like random players' party chats, and no one wants to do that. It's literally so hard to try and actually win as the kids that I was the neighbor one time, and I helped the kids to try and find all the keys. And we still couldn't do it in time, and I ended up winning just by default, because if you don't do it within the allotted time, the neighbor wins. The UI is terrible. I don't like when you use like a cursor to actually select things on the menu screen on a console game. It doesn't make sense to me.
Weird.
And
really weird. It's not like snapping to menus.
Yeah, it's not snapping to menu points. You have to use a cursor, and that cursor doesn't even work well because the cursor will be like off on something else, but it'll still be selecting something that's on this side of the screen. And so it's a huge pain in the butt. I feel like the game had a lot of potential, but they need to work out all these bugs. And we literally got so fed up with trying to play it that we just stopped and played Friday the 13th instead.
It's like, this is fine. We'll go to another buggy, janky game.
But Friday the 13th is way better. Like, seriously, if you haven't played Friday the 13th, it's probably the most fun that you'll ever have. Like, it's fucking hilarious. I've never not had a great time playing that game.
Are you gonna play Predator Hunting Grounds? It's by the same people.
Probably.
But published by Sony, so...
Probably. What does that mean? It's only going to be on PlayStation?
Yeah, but they have their...
I don't know.
Like, they have money. Like, they have, like, actual money to do something now.
Yeah.
So, that's exciting.
But now it's going to be only on PlayStation. All the people I play with don't have PlayStation. So.
Tell them to get them. Get PlayStation.
Just
get PS5 and...
Work on it. I don't even
November.
know how I'm doing that. I don't know how I feel about the new console generation. I'm not going to get a new console until, like, I feel like I can't get a game until I get the new console, you know? Until they stop making games for the consoles I own. That's
Until Bloodborne 2 gets announced for PS5 exclusive, and you're like, well, all right, I'll get a console.
well,
I'll get
you know,
it.
I can spend $500. That's fine. Yeah, probably. That's probably it. Yeah. So that was my short rant about Secret Neighbor. A lot of potential. I would have liked it to be better, but it's just so.
Did it get a retail release, or did it go right to Game Pass?
I think it's right to Game Pass.
Ooh,
I think it's just a digital release.
I think
it's a free to play game.
I think that's kind of bad.
If they buff the
it's
kids,
free to play.
if they buff the kids and nerf the bad guy, it make it
I think
better?
they just need.
Maybe the level design.
I think
has
they
to be
just
better.
need to. Yeah, I guess so. They just need to. I think they need to buff the kids, or they need to nerf the neighbor, or they need to.
Give all the kids guns.
They're actually. I did find a gun, but I found it when I was the neighbor. The neighbor is literally so OP that you can pick up a key and stop the other kids from finding it, so they can just not win. Like, I have the key, and you can't kill the neighbor. You can only stun him and run away and hide. So there's like nothing that you can do. Put it up.
That's decent.
Come on,
It's
put it
all
up.
right. That's
Put it
all
up.
right.
Put it up. I like it.
It's okay.
Doctors hate
It's
it.
not. It's okay. It's not bad.
We need to start adding all of these to like.
I like that whole idea
to
of
the
having a
Discord.
window on like whatever corner, not that corner over there.
We need to start grabbing.
No, I
all
don't
of
like
these.
that idea. I thought that was a good idea, but then
this happens.
it needs to be. We need to curate it. See, I had to like change the screen. I had to hide the
you
screen and look at it
first, right?
It's like, hold on a second.
Right, that's good. Let's see. I wanna start grabbing all of these images and start just throwing them into like a Discord channel so we can just have them there for safekeeping
forever.
For forever. So Sig
I
can
can't trust you, by the way, Jay. No.
so Sig can remember.
I can't trust you. Alright.
So yeah, that was my rant. Secret Neighbor. Try it out if you have time
It's
to
free
waste.
to play though.
It is
free to
free
play.
It
Like,
is free to play.
free to play, as in.
So
If you don't have Game Pass, it's free to play, or it's free to play on Game Pass.
it was free on Game Pass. I didn't actually check to see where else
Okay.
it was. I don't even think it's on like Steam or anything.
I hope they just don't throw like shovelware on a Game Pass. It's like, oh, it's going to Game Pass. It's fine.
It
Put it
kind
out
of
there.
seems like a money grab, because there's like, because there is like the microtransaction part of it, but it's free to play. So
True.
if you have time to waste, and maybe you'll get a good game in. We'll see. I've played
Maybe.
like 20 games, and I maybe had like one good game. So it's just it needs work. It needs a lot of work. So what would
Not
you guys?
recommend.
What would you guys plan anything?
Yeah, I've been playing Code Vein, just like occasionally, just trying to get through that game, just because I
Just
bought it and I'm like,
Trying
alright,
to finish
well.
it for the sake of finishing it.
Yeah, it's okay. Like,
It's very
man,
okay.
It's very okay. The potential is there. But the execution was not. So it's like a 7 out of 10, which is okay. It's fine. Whatever.
They need better. Something they really need
And,
better world design and revamped combat.
Oh my god, the combat is so janky, dude. Like, I'll start the backstab animation, and then the enemy will just walk out of it and be like, what? Like, that's
Well, that's not fun.
that's not how backstab works, but
That's not cool.
it's okay. And then I've been playing Frostpunk, actually, on Game Pass.
Yeah, I
That's
saw you playing
really
that.
cool. It's kind of like a city sim game. So basically, the premise is like there's an ice age, and you got to survive the winter and the cold. So you're in like a crater basically, and you start off with a generator. That's the generator right there, actually, on the picture if it goes up. But you power the generator on, and you have to be like, all right, there's this many resources around me in this vicinity. I have this many workers and this many engineers. How do I delegate all these things so that my city doesn't freeze to death? So it's kind of like that. It's cool because things move pretty quickly. So it's not like Civ, which I'm a huge fan of, where it's turn-based, or Age, which is real-time, but things don't really happen that quickly in Age. But things in Frostpunk happen very fast.
Are you getting like attacked by things?
No, there's no
or-
combat.
So it's literally just building
it's
up
just surviving.
against the environment.
It's just surviving,
and stuff.
yeah.
Okay.
So like there's like a day counter, so it'd be like, oh, on day 4 the temperature will drop 2 levels. So you should not have any workers gathering supplies outside in minus 40 degrees because they will die, and that has happened to me. I've like 6 workers and now have frostbite. It's like, oh, they're dead. They're super dead.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to be pretty careful about where you place your stuff.
Interesting.
There's a lot of elements that work hand in hand together. So it'll be like, oh, I need more workers. How do I get more workers? Oh, I gotta send off a beacon to go find survivors in the crash site or whatever.
Can't
Okay,
have
how do I build a
survivors
beacon?
just
I have to
start-
research the beacon. Like,
Just start producing workers.
you can't. No, you gotta find workers.
Oh.
So you can't just like make workers. You gotta find them using
Yeah.
exploration, which adds another layer because you can't just be like 10 workers. You have to go find them physically. So
Okay.
it's pretty cool. I'm liking it. I wanted a city sim game just to chill and play. I didn't want to play Civ anymore, and
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for games to come out in March, like
Wait for new
Neo
stuff
and
to come
Ori.
out.
So
I want Final Fantasy 7.
yeah, that's in April.
That's what I want right now.
What about you, Sig? Play anything?
No, I didn't play anything this week.
Okay.
All right, cool.
All right.
and that's your update.
What are you
folks.
doing? Working? That sounds right.
Well,
That
happy
sounds-
Valentine's Day to everybody.
Happy
It
Valentine's,
is Valentine's Day. Go get
everybody.
some flowers, chocolate, and jewelry while you can, because that's what I did
Yeah.
yesterday.
Play some video games with your significant other. Whoop their ass in Street Fighter. Whatever. Yeah, we gotta do the intro.
Yeah.
Hello, good morning, and welcome, gamers. We are FPS Guides. Our goal is to bring the gaming community together with reviews, guides, news, and clutch plays. In addition, we talk about juicy rumors, controversies, and random topics of discussion. Here you'll find some facts, some opinions, and a whole lot of lame jokes. If you like what we do here, be sure to check us out at fpsguides.com and follow us on social media. Listeners, we stream this podcast live every Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time at twitch.tv/fpsguides. And for all you listeners out there, FPS Guides Podcast can now be found on Apple iTunes Podcasts, Google Play Music, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, and Alexa. So go ahead and check those out. And if you are interested in becoming a part of this community or perhaps even becoming a content creator, please hit us up at our website. We would love to hear from you. Hello, Asian Barbie. Welcome to the stream. It's good to see you again.
Happy Friday.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
That's why she came in here. Saying,
Oh, okay,
Day.
Valentine's.
Give you a little visit there.
Yeah,
is American-
man. She was like, "Ooh, I need to stop
This is
it."
American Man, Asian Barbie.
So yeah, like we said, it's Valentine's Day. Happy Hallmark holiday.
Yes.
That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
And
Basically. Yeah.
we got some other things to talk about real quick. The Sonic movie comes out today, and it is doing okay. It has a 70, I think, on Rotten Tomatoes. Not bad at all. Oh my god, it looks like Sonic.
He looks so much better,
God, it
dude.
looks like Sonic, dude.
Oh my god.
So for the
Oh,
audio
looks
listeners,
so bad.
we just put up a picture of Sonic on the jumbotron behind us. It's not jumbotron; it's just a green screen. But
it's the Jumbotron. It is henceforth known as the Jumbotron.
But it looks like Sonic, thank God, because the first thing looked like nightmare fuel. So
It was actually
scary.
It was
It was
actually
actually
disgusting.
scary.
Yeah, it was
So,
gross.
a few of the reviewers on YouTube that I listened to, they went and see it, and they're like, you know what? This isn't bad. It's actually kind of good. So
That's actually what I heard. I
which
heard
is
that
pretty crazy.
it has exceeded expectations very well. Granted, the expectations weren't very high, but it has exceeded those expectations. I think the Rotten Tomatoes score was like a 69.
Something around there.
Something
That's not
around
bad.
there.
That's
It's
not
not
bad.
bad, but there are still more. Ratings that are being
Yes.
processed, so
Yeah.
it could be going up
or down.
or
Probably
down,
up,
but
though.
hopefully up. Cause
Are you guys gonna go see it? Do you have any interest in seeing it?
You
just
know
because,
what?
like,
I'm probably gonna
just because
see
it's
it.
Sonic, like.
I'm probably gonna see it, not because it's Sonic. I'm not like a huge Sonic fan
go
or
hammer.
anything, but I think I want to see it because this is like, I like to see that when a studio or developer or something like that listens to what the fans say, takes the criticisms, and then applies it.
I think what I heard in the first like 10 minutes of the movie, there's like a reference to his old character model in like meme form or whatever.
That's
like
that's hilarious.
there's
actually.
like Sonic's like, I don't know, he's like doing something. He's like, ha, look at that picture, or like something like that. Like,
that's
something
actually really
just
funny. If
where they know
yeah.
they messed up, so they just kind of like poke fun at
put like a
themselves,
little
which is
meta
like,
joke
alright, that's
in there.
cool, that's
I
fine.
like that.
I
like
can't
that.
think of another movie where they've done that. Where the feedback was so
No.
negative that they said, okay, pump the brakes, we gotta reshoot.
Oh my
So
God, they
we
should have done
gotta
that with
redo this.
every
guys.
Star Wars movie.
No, we gotta redo this.
I-
This isn't good.
Can you think of another?
I can't think of one.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was
Jay,
delayed
can
by
you,
months, like
can you
5,
think
6
of
months.
Another time that's happened where they listened to the public?
And that's like a lot of work they did.
Yeah,
man. I
man.
mean, the movie was done.
That's a lot of work.
And they had to take
Like,
anywhere where Sonic
every
existed
scene.
scene and change it out for the better model.
Yeah.
God, he looks so much better, dude.
I think I do want to see
Why did they
it.
like last time they wanted to make him
it'll
look
be
like an
fun.
actual hedgehog? Like why?
It's like, no.
He runs like the speed of light. Like, who gives a shit if he looks real or not? It's blue.
Yeah, I heard the backstory for him was good. Like, if you don't really know anything about Sonic, you just know that he's like a blue hedgehog that goes fast. Like, you'll be well informed.
He actually
like,
does
okay,
have
cool.
a backstory,
All right.
surprisingly.
So, yeah.
So, pretty cool.
I don't know that I'll watch it in movie theaters, but I'll definitely watch it.
I don't know, but, I don't know. But that I feel like
I would
I
have to
should.
be-
I feel like I should. I feel like I owe the studio.
I should support it. Be like,
for a list.
good job, guys.
I just
like,
want to support the studio. I'm like, I like to see this. So
Maybe I'll see it, but not. I will not be sober when I see it, at all.
I think it looks pretty cool.
So,
I'll probably watch it. And
yeah, go
Jim-
take your
Jim
significant
Carrey's in it.
other to see a cute little semi-kids movie. I think there's like a bunch of cool references, like just like how any good Disney movie, adults can also appreciate it because it's like, oh, okay, I see what you're saying there. It's kind of like that too. That's what
Is
I've
this a
heard,
good
so.
Valentine's Day movie?
I would say no.
No.
I mean, it's not
What is a
a
good
bad
Valentine's
Valentine's Day.
I mean, I would think that
a good
a rom-com would be kind of like a Valentine.
probably.
That's
or,
what I
or like a
describe
love
as a
story,
Valentine's Day movie.
some sort of love story.
Like The Notebook? Just rent it.
I
Netflix
guess.
and chill,
I
or-
guess so.
Does that end happy?
Red
Do they
Box
end up
and chill?
happy? Like,
I guess you want to make sure it ends happy.
Yeah.
You know?
ends in death and
'Cause
despair.
it
It's like,
ends
oh my
in-
god.
I don't think Romeo and Juliet's a very good.
No, they
Valentine's Day
they
story,
kill each
'cause,
other.
they both
Spoilers:
kinda,
they kill each other.
fucking die at the end. So
Would you guys say that Valentine's Day is a depressing holiday for most gamers because they don't usually have girlfriends?
Why are you looking at me, Sig? Huh?
I was
Why-
looking at JD.
all I saw was you
look
look at
at
me,
you.
dude. That's all I saw.
Single ladies, here we go. Homie, right here.
I don't know. I never really felt.
I don't feel
I
depressed.
never
I'm just
really
like, oh,
felt
it's another
depressed
day.
on Valentine's Day when I was just like.
I get to go
single.
out and have some good food and eat some chocolate.
So I was just like, yeah, I don't know. It was just a
Vitamin
day.
J says if your hand ain't broken, your heart ain't broken.
That's funny. I like to
Pro tip
do.
from
I
Vitamin
like
J,
to
people.
do stuff like with my mom though, because like she doesn't, because my dad isn't around, so I like to take her out or give her
Good.
stuff. So
Yeah, if I'm gonna be completely forthright, when I was before I got married, when I was in between relationships,
Slaying
Valentine's Day
dragons.
was always like kind of like depressing. Like, oh
little
man,
bit of sad.
I ain't got nobody to buy flowers or chocolates for. This is kind of sad.
Mm-hmm.
all right, I'll go home and just play games.
I actually
guess.
had coworkers. I had
It's
coworkers
me
working
day.
when I was working at an online travel agency. I had coworkers. This one.
dude.
No,
Oh.
she was a lady. She was a nice lady, but she didn't have a man, and she bought flowers for herself because she's like, I don't have a man to buy me flowers.
Treat yourself.
So she
I like
just needed
that.
something to put on her.
Yeah, but that's kind of.
I
I
like
feel like
that.
that's even more like attractive because it's like, you know what, you're taking care of
Treat yourself.
yourself. That's
Yeah.
cool.
She's her
Yeah.
own Valentine.
She was an older
I like
lady,
that.
but that was kind of sweet and sad. And I was like, you know what? If she ain't got a man next year, I'll just send her flowers, like from a secret admirer.
Mm.
She wasn't a cougar. I wasn't trying to chase her or anything like that. But
Unattractive. Not
But-
cool.
but I mean that's
I mean,
the sadness.
It's a
is
made-up
real.
holiday, first
Yeah,
of all.
yeah.
She
But,
might just
you
like,
know.
maybe she just likes it for the gesture. Maybe she.
No
doesn't
one wants to buy
necessarily-
flowers for themselves. No, I don't. You cannot sugarcoat
I
that.
don't know, man.
No one has ever said, I can't wait to buy flowers
you can
for
never,
myself.
You can never deal in absolutes like that. I don't
Well,
think so.
No, not for Valentine's
I
Day,
don't
but like
think
plenty of people buy flowers just to like
Treat
beautify their
yourself.
home and stuff. Be like, oh, I like these flowers in my house. Like,
If you don't have
I guess that's
Valentine's,
different, though.
folks, buy yourself flowers. Buy yourself chocolate.
Yo, there's a lot of stress for dudes out there now that had to get flowers in for their significant others because there was a year that I had a girlfriend that year, and I didn't send flowers to her work. She tore me a new one on the phone. She's like, all the women in my office all got flowers sent to them. Where's mine? I was like,
it's like, can I just give them to you in person?
yeah.
at a
I'm
restaurant
like, I got
or
you
at
this
home?
giant.
Nowadays, it's not even the norm because like I did that
No.
for my girlfriend last year and
Yeah.
nobody else did. So
Really?
I was the only one.
Man, you lucky, dude.
So and like my girlfriend
Times have
works with like
changed.
the majority of women, so
Yeah.
it's not like
This holiday's gotta go.
It's a Hallmark holiday, dude. It's a
just-
made-up
it's a
holiday.
little-
Yeah, it's
I mean,
gotta go. It's
like
pointless.
my girl and I decided that we're not gonna do like any of that kind of
Just
like,
use it as an
flowers
excuse to
and-
do
and
something
stuff.
together. Why not?
Yeah, we're just
Like,
gonna do something together.
That's
we're
okay.
we're just gonna get like a bottle of wine and watch a movie and
hammered as
order
hell.
order food and maybe watch some Bob Ross and do some painting.
Okay, I mean that's something you did together. Like,
Whatever, just do something together. That's all you need.
flowers are nice though. Just saying. Like it's always a good
Farms are
cover. It's always a good
gesture.
cover.
You know, if you live in the South, Publix has always got actually
Yeah, I went there
nice
2 days
flowers
ago
and stuff.
to get them.
I don't usually go to a florist because they're kind of overpriced in my opinion.
Especially this time. Oh, you're looking for roses? Ooh, better upcharge.
Yeah.
Shout out to my boy Rick. You know, he owns a hotel, and he's got his Valentine's special. If you're in the area, check out his hotel.
And where is that hotel?
He's
His
got
hotel is a Valentine's special?
Yeah, he has a Valentine's special.
Where is that
It's
hotel?
a 6-pack bucket of Popeye's chicken.
That's awesome. Where is it?
So 6-pack of
I don't know if I should.
bucket of Popeyes.
What do you mean?
chicken.
That's advertising.
Get a
This is
room.
advertising.
You get a room.
Let's go.
It's a Valentine's special.
Let's go.
But he says this year it's kind of tough because it overlaps with Daytona 500. He doesn't know how many rooms he can.
Bring your girl in for some.
That's like a
for
whole.
Some,
That's
KFC
like a whole.
and-
Like event, dude.
Bring your girl from KFC in a 6-pack.
Popeyes.
Or sorry.
Excuse me.
Popeyes.
Sorry.
Yep.
Excuse me.
Popeyes.
Better than KFC. Okay. So you get a room, huh?
You get a room too.
For like what? Is there a time limit on the room? Like 2 hours? You got 2 hours for this room.
No, you can't do that. You can't do that.
They
Oh, you
they
can't
have
do
it all
that?
set
Okay.
up, flower petals and stuff, candles.
It's funny.
No, you can't do hourly on the rooms.
3
Yeah.
hours for a room.
Yeah, I can't
Light
do
at
that.
the room
No.
temp. Some Bud Light at room temp.
Hey, can I get some Bud Light? That's my room.
But the Popeyes is cold.
That's funny.
That's
All right, well,
funny.
good luck out there, everybody, on this
Good luck out there.
special
Good luck
day.
in your romantic
This
endeavors,
special day,
folks.
quote unquote, air quotes, but
Hate this holiday.
I hate holidays in general. I like several holidays, and the rest of them are all stupid.
No, generally, like holidays are. I love holidays.
I like
Memorial
holidays.
Day,
Oh my
Labor
God.
Day.
I like holidays when we have
Days
off.
I mean,
off.
holidays
Yeah.
when we get off. That's
yeah, but
that's
like
dope.
all the
Yeah.
other holidays, they're not holidays.
All the other
We don't have off.
holidays, you know, like
Like President's Day, not a holiday.
Yeah.
Mother's
We don't
Day,
have
and
off.
Father's
Martin
Day.
Luther King Jr. Day. Sorry, I'm
I don't
gonna
know,
say
maybe
it.
because
Not
I'm
a
not a
holiday. We
parent.
don't have
but
off.
Mother's Day
Like,
and
I'm
Father's
sorry.
Day. I'm like, this is dumb. It's
Alright.
just Hallmark making up holidays to sell cards and flowers and
You
shit.
know what? They did a good job.
And it
They did a
worked.
really good job.
And it worked.
All right, but we should talk about Dreams releasing
Dreams.
today on PS4. This game has been in development for like 7-8 years. Okay, so it was originally shown to be a launch title for PS4. That's insane to me because we're at the end of the generation and it's now launched. So this game is not a traditional game. This is like, imagine like gamified coding. Imagine that.
Okay.
That's kind of what it is. So this is by Media Molecule. They made Little Big Planet. That's their big claim to fame, which is all about creating, play, create, share. That's pretty much their mantra, I guess, if you were to say.
Okay.
And man, this game has been doing well in reviews, which is wild to me because it's so unorthodox and strange. So IGN gave it a 9. It's sitting at a 90 right now on Metacritic, which is very good. It's
A
very
90?
early reviews though.
A
There's
90.
only like 7 to 10 reviews because since it's such a weird game, you can't really review
It's
it in a
pretty
traditional
niched.
sense. So
Okay.
you gotta spend way more time. It's all about like creating, really. So there's, like I said, there's 3 things you can do: play, create, share. You can play everyone else's creations, or there is a single mode, campaign mode. So you can play that. You can create your own stuff. You can create anything. You can create any game pretty much, except for like, I think they said except for like visual novel games, which, all right, sure, I can understand why you're not gonna allow people to do that. And
Really
like,
good idea.
and I'm not sure if you can do first-person shooters. I'm not sure if you can do that in there.
But you can basically.
But anything else you can do,
Make a game.
platformers, RPG, whatever. Like someone already created like the Final Fantasy VII remake in Dreams. Like there's a lot of stuff out there.
So are they like? Is like cloud in there? Or they have these little cute.
Yeah,
little-
dude, if you look it up, like it looks like the game. It doesn't play like how Final Fantasy VII remake would play from Square Enix, but visually and like musically and everything, it's there. Like so you can do like people have made PT, people have made so much stuff in this game already.
Okay.
So it did come out in early access, I think last year sometime. So if you had early access, you actually get upgraded to the full launch version for free, which is cool, very cool actually.
Okay.
I don't think that usually, I don't know, does that usually happen with early access?
When they upgrade you to launch version for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
happened
So
before.
that's cool. The campaign mode is interesting because it's about 3 hours, I think, which obviously isn't long, but it's really to showcase what you can do in Dreams.
Yeah,
so
I feel
it
like it'd
takes
be more
you.
like a tutorial or something.
Yeah. So there's a lot of tutorials because once you start messing with the development tools,
Pretty complicated game, honestly.
Yeah, it's very overwhelming. So the campaign takes you through like a platforming section, then it takes you through like an RPG, then it takes you through like maybe like a text adventure. So it shows you all these different things you can do in Dreams, which gets you kind of like excited because you're like, oh my god, this is so cool! I can do this like in this game. So people are having a lot of fun with it, and the Dream Surfing tool is really cool because you can just hit that, and it'll take you through like a minute, maybe 90 seconds of like a bunch of creations through user-generated like uploads. So it'll be like, oh, Dream Surf. Okay, so you just go through a minute in this level, a minute in that level, 90 seconds in that level, and they're all different. So it's really, really cool. You can do music, you can do VO, you can do you can make your own, you can make anything. You can be your own studio.
Oh.
So it's really cool. I'd recommend actually, like, if I don't know, does Cade like to create? Like, it might be good for him to learn, but it's gonna be tough to use like the tools because the reviewer of IGN said that the controls are a little clunky sometimes, depending on what you do. But once you get over that and learn it, creating is extremely fun.
Apparently, it teaches a lot about it's like logic and stuff.
Yeah, there's logic tools,
coding and stuff. So
yeah,
it's
so
actually
like,
a good learning tool.
So it'll be like, oh, you have to maybe create this game or to move this ball to this thing. It's like, okay, well, what logic tools do I need? It's like, oh, I need to apply this type of physics here based on this surface. Like, there's a lot of things like that. So it's really cool, really, really cool learning tool, I think. And
Cool.
This game will last for a while. The community really is the one holding up this game because without community-generated like uploads, there's really nothing.
So like after you own the game, users can upload their games, and then you can play their games.
Then you can play their games, and then say like, what if you're like, oh man, this game's so cool, like I'm interested in voice acting. What if I go tap this person and be like, hey man, I really like this. Can I do some voiceover for your character or whatever? And then the community starts collaborating that way.
Very cool.
So it's very, very cool.
Very cool.
So I'm glad Media Molecule got this out. It's been 7-8 years.
GTA.
I mean, you could make it. I don't know if you could do nudity though. I'm not sure you can do that.
All the characters are strippers.
But yeah, so that released today. That's really the big game that came out.
Very neat.
We're kind of slowly getting into the March onrush of games.
Yeah, getting in the summer, we actually have some more games out. We're in a little bit of a lull right now.
Yeah, but so if you're really interested in that, check it out. If you have kids, it might be cool for them to learn. So. If you have PSVR, it's also compatible with that, and you can use like the Move controllers to like sculpt stuff and do stuff.
Very cool. That'd be neat.
Really, really cool. Really cool.
Very important and timely.
Anthem.
Oh, hold
Very
on.
important and timely. Hold on.
Can we put that on there?
Yeah.
Why not?
We have 2 viewers, dude. Like I'm sure we'll get away with it, right?
It'll be fine.
Bro.
Be fine.
I can't do
There's
that.
2 other people over here, man. Make
I
some
can't-
names of these guys.
I
over
can't,
here.
I can't
more
do that.
memeable.
You gotta teach me how to do
No,
the white outlines.
he
I don't know
made
how to do
one
that.
for me. He made me on the little boat.
Yeah, those are way better. The
Made
ones
on
with
the
me
little
are
boat.
not good.
That's like my that was like my
That one was really
that was like my
funny.
tag on Steam for a while.
All right,
Not
so we
posted
should
on
talk about
Facebook.
Anthem probably.
I don't have the pictures. All right, so we need to be friends with Ivan J on Facebook. Hit me up, John Dillon.
All right, everyone, go look up John Dillon right now on Facebook.
Yeah, pull me
At
up.
John Dillon. No, it's not it.
Yeah, no, it's Facebook. Just look up. If it looks like this, you're in the right place. All right, so BioWare has released that Rocky game like a year ago called
Rocky.
Anthem.
How eloquent.
To put it mildly. And we talked about it, how much of a crap show it
We
was
took our
for
fair
a
dumps
while.
on it.
We took our fair share of poops on it. And speaking of poops,
Sig just left for the audio listeners. That's why.
so
we
yeah,
said
yeah,
that.
that's why I said that. Yeah. So, anyways, the BioWare has actually confirmed that they're going to be massively overhauling Anthem to make it the game that they wanted it to be on release, and they are, and I quote, overhauling the core gameplay. So they're not just going to be retexturing or doing minor little tweaks. They are like starting. They're not really starting from scratch, but they are starting from square one and updating and fixing everything up until today. So that's good. That's good news.
Yeah, we actually have a quote from Casey Hudson. I think he's the community manager of BioWare. I'm not sure, but he's high up there.
He's
So
a dude.
He's up there.
He's a dude from BioWare.
So basically, he said in a blog post regarding this that the game, quote, this is a crazy quote by the way, needs a more satisfying loot experience better long-term progression, and a more fulfilling endgame. So the entire game, basically. That's the entire game.
That's the core.
Which is the core gameplay loop that he's referring to. But like, we need to massively overhaul the entire game. That's crazy to me.
Yep.
He also added that BioWare, will be quote doing something we'd like to have done more the first time around, giving a focused team the time to test and iterate, focusing on gameplay first. How the hell did you not do this the first time? Like, you had 5 years to make this game. EA gave you 5 years. This is not EA's fault. This is all on BioWare. Give you 5 years to make this game and you couldn't make it.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like, come on. Man. And then we actually did, not report, but like, Jason Schreier actually of Kotaku reported last year there was a rumor, rumblings going around that this whole overhaul was happening and BioWare was doing this. So now that we got actual official confirmation, it's happening. So, do you think this will be like a Hello Games, No Man's Sky success story?
I hope it will be. I think BioWare, as a developer, needs a win right now.
I don't want them to. I don't want them.
Yeah,
to,
I mean,
do
BioWare's
bad.
a great developer. They've made some terrific games, but lately they just haven't really had many wins. And I don't know if the studio's just been going in the wrong direction. I don't know, but I would like to see this happen. And I think if they try to revamp those core issues, which were prevalent because that was the entire game, like if your core gameplay loop is crap and the entire game is a loop, then the game is crap. So yeah, I do want to see this do well, and I think this is a good move.
Success story of No Man's Sky, because No Man's Sky came back swinging.
Maybe. I think so. I think it's a possibility.
I mean, EA's got the money to fund them.
I think it's a possibility, and I think basically they ran to EA and they're like, "Hey, listen, we need to fix this, or we're not going to make any more money off of this game. So, but we can only fix this if we get more money." And I think that's just kind of the hole that BioWare dug for themselves. But it's just like the Sonic movie. You gotta
go
sometimes
fast.
you gotta do it. So I'm hoping. I really am.
Yeah, I would like them to succeed. Will you, if there's a badass trailer for like Anthem 2.0 or Anthem Next or whatever, and it looks crazy good, would you be interested in it? Or is it like, nah, you guys lost me. Sorry. You don't get a second chance.
Yeah. I mean, I was interested in Anthem from the start, and it's just like until after I
bought Anthem on release.
What it was going to
It
be
was
doing, and when I played the game, I was just like, yeah, this is not doing well. So, yeah, I would definitely start picking it up and playing it if they did.
How do you think they should release it? Do you think it should be like an update? Here you go. Kind of like how No Man's Sky did.
Update. They better not charge a fucking cent for it. That's what I think. If they charge a cent for it, that'd be no bueno.
EA though. No Man's Sky did it because they were backed by Sony, and they're just like, listen, you're not charging.
I mean, they're backed by EA though. EA isn't the Sony, but they got the money. They have the resources.
That's true.
But yeah, if they, because I mean, what are you gonna do? You're gonna make these people buy the game twice because you messed up.
Man, that would be bad.
You should not be doing
really bad.
They should not be doing that. That would be a total bad move in my opinion.
Hopefully we'll see.
I really, I do want to see it doing better. And it's just like with Fallout 76. The Wastelanders update is going to be coming out in April.
Oh no!
And it's actually going to be. Are we frozen? Okay, no. So the Wastelanders update is going to be coming out in April. It's actually going to be doing the things that everyone wanted to see at the beginning of the game when it came out 2 years ago. When, they'll have NPCs and actual storylines and not just randomly generated fetch quests. So if they are able to do that, and if it turns out being what they think it's going to be and what I want,
but do you think we'll have a better shot of a redemption story, Anthem or Fallout?
I think Fallout, honestly.
Really?
I think Fallout.
Okay.
I think Bethesda may have actually learned their lesson after having such a rocky last year.
Vehement hate from people.
Just hate from everybody, and them learning that you can't piss off your fans because they're the ones that
buy your game.
So if you're just being I'm just gonna lie to my fans and just do whatever I want to do, because I can, and they're just stupid consumers, then you're gonna fuck yourself, and that's what that shows. So, yeah, I think the Wastelands. I think if the Wasteland DLC works as intended, so you can take that as a grain of salt. If it works as intended and does what it was supposed to do, then I think Fallout 76 will actually turn out to be a really cool game. And same thing with Anthem. If they fix what I think they should fix, it's going to turn out to be a really cool game. And I will play them both.
We will see.
So, we'll see about that.
We'll see which one dies first.
I want to see them both fail.
You think they just messed up so hard in the beginning? It's just like you guys don't
Why?
get a chance.
Because
Explain.
I mean, No Man's Sky.
Oh,
They pulled off a great turnaround.
They did.
If these two other titles do the same thing, then it's gonna become the
Like a
norm to
precedent?
release the first release being like a beta, like
I mean, that already
crappy first
kind of
release.
already is the
I mean,
norm.
Ghost Recon Breakpoint's actually gone through the same thing now too.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want it to be a cool.
That kind of already is the norm, unfortunately.
Well, I want
for
them
live
to,
service games.
I guess what I'm trying to say is I want them to get it right the first time, and I don't
Yeah.
want them to. I don't want people, consumers who buy and spend money on their games, to feel like it's okay. It should be an exception. Like this should rarely happen. If this if all three of these, like Ghost Recon Breakpoint, Fallout 76, and Anthem, if the reloaded version is good and then people are happy about it, it'll become like we'll see more and more of that. And I don't like that.
Yep.
Get it right the first time.
I agree.
I agree with that.
And that makes such a good impression. You're just like, yo, this game, when I put it in, doesn't chug. It looks great. Runs amazing. Stories, like, that's such a good first impression as well.
Thank God we have studios like CD Projekt Red.
Yeah, FromSoft, Sony,
FromSoft,
Santa Monica, Naughty Dog.
doing the shit right.
Yeah,
being
like, all
like,
of
we're
them.
going to delay this game because it's not done, period.
Like, okay, cool.
All right, man. You got it. Take your time. Okay, so E3 is coming up.
Yeah, E3 is coming up.
So-
You know who's going to be there?
Not
Almost.
Geoff Keighley.
Almost nobody, including Geoff Keighley. Geoff Keighley has been to E3 since its inception, since it started.
So it's 25 years.
25 years
That's as
Geoff
old as
Keighley's
me.
been to E3. He's been hosting E3 Coliseum for, I think, 3, I want to say, years, which is basically like, they have like a little, it's like a pre-show kind of, I guess, where he brings out like developers and like industry heads, I guess, and they just talk about like games they're making and stuff, which is cool because you get like a little one-on-one interview.
Yeah.
But he said he is not going to be there in a recent tweet, and here's part of what he had to say. I have made the difficult decision to decline to produce E3 Coliseum. For the first time in 25 years, I will not be participating in E3. I look forward to supporting the industry in other ways and at other events in the future. He further went on to say on Twitter when he was asked, to elaborate, like, hey man, like,
Why?
freaking 25 years, dude, like, you're not going, why? And he's just like, well, I'm going to paraphrase. Pretty much what he said was, from what I know about the show, I don't want to be a part of it. Which is bad.
He doesn't like.
That sounds really bad.
He doesn't like the way that E3 is going right now. He didn't say anything specific.
He didn't want to dunk on
Yeah,
the ESA.
I
He's
mean-
just like, I just don't want to do what they're doing.
He still
Which is a very polite way
he
to
still
say,
is
like,
very
I'm not doing
supportive
it.
of the developers and the fans, but I think just the way that the E3 has been going and how they've been pushing E3 to kind of cater towards
Like a fan
like
event.
they've been going, but E3's like been going up to like, where like a lot of the emphasis, like I think, like I heard with E3 2020, a lot of the emphasis is going on like streamers and
celebrity endorsements
and celebrity
stuff like that.
endorsements instead of like the games and like the fans, who the real people who actually buy the games, not like the top 10 fucking streamers in the world or Drake. Like no one, like those aren't the normal people. Those are like the exceptions, and that's
Right.
just to like get people to watch E3. Like
Yeah, and like
you
you might say like, oh, Geoff Keighley, like whatever, it can't be that big of a deal. Like this guy is well known in the industry. He's almost like the
This guy's-
face of gaming.
this guy's
almost.
very
Like,
respected.
He
in
hosts the
E3.
Game Awards. He hosts a bunch of other shows around like other events like GDC and DICE. He is super well known. So for him, not an industry like face, not to be at the biggest event in gaming is bad. Is really bad.
And I think he just sees it as like a moral dilemma. Like he doesn't want to be a part of what he sees happening.
Do you think E3 will be do you think it'll keep going down, or do you think they'll kind of turn it around maybe after a few years and be
think-
like, all
I
right, we
think-
need to freaking go back to what we were?
I think E3 will continue on this trend until people start getting sick of it, and then their ratings and views go down, and then they'll do something about it.
What do you think, Sig? How should the ESA fix this problem?
We don't know what the problem is because this guy is vague with what he doesn't like about it.
That's true.
So, I don't know. And maybe what he likes isn't what the numbers back up. Like if their viewership is up, who cares what he thinks? Unless be more specific, bro. Say it with your chest. Remember when Magic Johnson resigned from the Lakers?
No.
Okay.
Enlighten us.
Yeah.
Well, he went on ESPN and put him on blast. He told the whole world why he wasn't happy being the president of the Lakers. Like that's like if that's not gonna spurn change, what will? So just to say, oh, I'm not in agreement with how they're doing things. Okay, that's obvious because you resigned. So what? Be more specific. Say it with your chest. Like you're not part of it anymore.
Like if he came out and said like
he
I
should
don't like X, Y, and Z.
he should go out and do it. You know, if he has to be a martyr for the good of the whatever he thinks.
Well, he's already leaving. He's not part of it anymore.
right.
Just like when Magic resigned, he's not the president anymore.
I mean,
so then when they ask you why, what happened? Well, explain what happened.
Couldn't you get in trouble for that kind of stuff, like defamation and stuff?
I don't know if he has to sign stuff either.
I mean, there's certain things that people in a public light can't say.
You could still explain why you don't like it and not defame them. You don't gotta slander them. You don't have to talk trash about them. That's why you guys, if you haven't seen it, you should watch it. I mean, Magic Johnson is a huge name. It's a huge brand. So was the Lakers. So was NBA in general.
Yeah.
So the way he basically explained what happened, he said there were too many cooks in the kitchen. He couldn't do his job. He needed to please too many people.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And if I'm going to be the president, which was the deal from the very beginning, I need to be steering the ship.
Right.
Right? Too many cooks in the kitchen. I can't do my job. So I'm going to have to resign. I mean, there's nothing too bad about that.
Yeah, it's
Right?
not saying like the Lakers organization is trash.
No, he's like,
Like,
I love that. He's got nothing but love for the Lakers, and he wants them to succeed, but he just couldn't do his job. Right? So same with this dude. Like, all right.
So if he would have said like, "Hey, I don't like X, Y, and Z. This is why I'm leaving," it would have been like way more.
Of course, way better.
Impactful.
Way better.
Way more
Way
effective.
better.
I agree.
And is this going to affect E3 if their numbers are going up? I mean,
Then who cares?
Well, I mean,
Who
maybe
cares, dude?
maybe he will. Maybe he will. Maybe he just doesn't want to do it pre E3 because he doesn't want to like harm any of
Like maybe he doesn't want to do
anyone.
that so fans
Specifically.
don't get deterred from
People don't get deterred,
going.
so he doesn't want to like because at that point, if E3
His
drops
tickets just
in-
went on sale.
If E3
So-
drops in ticket sales and they think the main reason is because of what Geoff said, then I feel like that could be more of an issue.
yeah.
I guess only time will tell, but
Tickets
Yeah.
did go on sale.
I do
think,
agree with you. If
that day.
he really wants to see change, then he needs to step up and actually be more specific about it. My opinion on why he thinks that that is what I think. I think it's because E3 has been moving more towards the celebrity endorsements and streamers and whatnot, and rather than focusing on the games, because E3 was always a showcase of games to get the fans hyped up. Where it's just like, hey, you want to see you want to see this person and Ninja, play Fortnite? Like,
Like,
not
you
really.
want to see James
no.
Harden play NBA 2K21?
It's like
No.
not
Okay.
not
No, I
entirely,
don't.
No, if James Harden wants people to see him play 2K21, tell him to get on Twitch because that's not what people are buying E3 tickets for. If I bought E3 tickets and there was only like 1 hour of presentations about new game and the rest of it was just like watching celebrities do stuff, I'd be pretty pissed, honestly.
Yeah, it's an expensive ticket.
Yeah, it's an expensive
Like
ticket.
$160.
But whatever. I digress. That is the story about Geoff Keighley, and we'll see. Maybe E3 will turn around. Maybe Geoff will be more open about what's happening.
I have a feeling he doesn't want to say because tickets went on sale that day. So I have
I
a
like
feeling
it.
he just doesn't want to say.
I like it.
It's a good one.
That's a good one. Oh,
Damn,
can you
dude,
crop
how do
out
you-
my hat? Sorry,
Dude,
I'm too
do
tall.
that, dude. Teach me your ways.
Can you just Yeah, we can fix that. We'll just crop out the lower bar there, the lower half.
Man, you did that
Just
so
get my hat out
quickly.
there. Good job.
You're blocking it. You're
I know,
blocking it
I
with
know.
your hat.
That's so meta, dude.
There we go.
There we go.
Perf.
Okay.
Oh, so I guess he just takes a screenshot. Okay.
Yeah, he takes a screenshot
Okay.
and then do his thing. So, in other news, there was actually a new game that we dropped gameplay footage of it last night or yesterday, whatever. It's super dope. Go ahead and check it out. It's called Outriders. Sorry, Outriders. Published by Square Enix and developed by People Can Fly. They're the people who made Bulletstorm and Gears of War Judgment.
That is a cool studio name. I like that.
People Can Fly.
That's a
Yeah.
cool name.
And Bulletstorm was actually super cool.
It's fine.
It was.
Fine.
People really liked it. Just because you don't like that kind of
Fine.
game, no, shut up. Just because you don't like that kind of game doesn't mean it's just fine. It was a very cool game. People really liked it. It was very fun, and Gears of War Judgment also did pretty well in its own right. It's a new co-op looter shooter that looks very similar to Gears in terms of having like a third-person cover-based combat. It's got like this is just my speculation from watching the gameplay and the trailer. It's kind of like a semi-open world, maybe like open area, where you can travel to different areas to do quests or find loot or whatever. And they actually showcase 3 different classes that all have kind of unique powers. So a little bit similar to Destiny, but it looks cooler in my opinion than Destiny, because I always really was into the post-apocalyptic aesthetic. But they showcase like I think they call it the Trickster, and he can like slow time and do like this kind of cool ass like laser sword thing with his hand. And then there's like a tanky character who can like cover himself in like rock,
He's
and
a
he can do like
Devastator.
earthquakes and
Devastator.
stuff. And then there was a pyromancer, you just like fire-based attacks, and it looks really cool. I'm actually really excited about it because I've been looking for like a new kind of looter shooter to get into. And
They didn't say. They said it wasn't
really
not
cool.
a live game though. They said it wasn't a live game,
That's cool.
which is
I'm
I
cool
like.
with that.
Which one?
I'm cool with that.
Which one?
This game.
I
No,
think
it's not.
It's not a live
It's not a
game.
live service. It's not going to be like a monthly. It's going to be like one time. That's what you pay and that's what you get. Hopefully we won't see the issues that we've been seeing. With what we talked about previously with Anthem and Fallout. But I have high hopes for it. I think it's going to be pretty well. I'm always, as always, I'm going to cap my hype because you don't want to jump on a hype train too early for anything nowadays because you're going to just get disappointed.
Yeah, it is coming to this gen and next gen platforms, so that's pretty interesting.
So hopefully we'll be seeing it soon. I don't know when the release date is. Maybe it'll be coming out this year.
Probably. Well, if it's coming in,
Towards the
I
end
don't
of this
know.
year, maybe.
I don't know.
See. Maybe towards the end of this year, or maybe early next year is what I'm hypothesizing.
Not sure, but what we can hypothesize about is the price of the PS5.
Okay.
Because we got some news from Bloomberg of all people, really getting into that gaming industry news.
Dude, so
Bloomberg.
is Forbes, man.
Yeah, it's kind of strange, but whatever. They do what they do. The PS5 production costs. The PS5 production costs around $450, according to Bloomberg. This is interesting because how are they going to price this thing now? You got your production cost is $450. Are you going to make money to charge $500, or are you going to lose money to charge $400? What do you think?
No way they're gonna charge for it. If it's $450 to produce one unit, I mean, I don't.
Yeah, you would lose $50 on each unit, which is common.
Yeah, and I don't know. They're gonna lose. I don't know. It would because it would just literally just be a total loss, like completely. Because they have to pay for the production costs, and then they don't even recoup their profits from actually selling the device. So
Yeah, but they recoup it from software, so that works. That helps.
maybe. Yeah, I would think they would put it at 500. That's what I think.
You think 500?
That's what I think.
What do you think, Sig? 450 manufacturing costs. What would you do?
If I was Sony,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're Kenichiro Yoshida right now.
okay.
What do you price this thing at?
I mean, I'm a big subscriber to Warren Buffett's, philosophy. Just not Warren Buffett. Is it Warren Buffett or Walmart guy?
One of the other.
Just
richest,
don't lose money.
Richest
Like
dudes.
it's just don't lose money.
Price it at cost.
Whatever you need to just don't lose money.
460.
I mean, that would be pretty insane.
Well, I mean, production cost is vague. Does that include distribution, shipping, marketing. I mean, there's a lot of other
That's-
costs. Like
It's just
all I have is
manufacturing.
production and
So I think that's actually
manufacturing.
just cost to actually
Like to
create
literally
one
make the
unit.
console.
right. Well, I mean, yes. Okay. Like for example. Yeah, then it's got to be more than $450. Yeah, I don't see. It doesn't make sense. It's too complicated to price it where you're losing money on each unit. I don't know, but they've done it before, right? And it's it's worked, right?
It has happened before, yeah.
Yeah, it happened on,
the PS4.
No, I think PS.
No, it was a PS3.
It definitely was not PS3 because they priced that thing at $600.
I'm not smart enough.
I think it was it was PS4. they kind of took a dive in terms of making money on the PS4 so they could beat Xbox in price.
Do you? Yeah, that's funny, Vitamin J. Yeah, because I was pretty sure it was Warren Buffett. He said, just don't lose money. But then I think Walmart guys said that too.
He's actually
just don't lose
Just
money.
don't lose money. Like,
I
mean,
mean,
people can, there are business models that can make it work. Like Tesla. Tesla loses money and yet their stock keeps going. But I'm too dumb to figure out how they do that. I'm too dumb to replicate that.
I'm telling you, man, that's some dope ass presentations.
It's
It's Elon
Sam
Musk,
Walton.
honestly. It's Elon Musk storming Twitter and just being a meme and popularizing being a meme.
Spotify, Tidal, like all these streaming services, Netflix for the longest time, they lose money and yet
Still around.
I don't know how to if this might be one of these kinds of things where listen, we gotta sell it for less than it costs for us to make it. So are we celebrating or are we crying every time we sell a unit? Like I don't understand.
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, Sony's got rooms of people to figure this out.
More people who own the PlayStation mean more people to buy your first party games, which makes more money for Sony because they get all. I mean, they're get all the profits, but they get the profits from those games because they only go to PlayStation.
There you go. Warren Buffett quotes: "Never lose money." So now, listen how crazy this sounds. PlayStation goes through jumps through hoops to get exclusives that you have to buy a PlayStation, so that they can lose money on every PlayStation. It doesn't make sense to me.
But I guess
I thought the console is what makes money for them. So
no,
why would you lose
software
money?
always makes money. I mean, more money.
So why put it on an exclusive? Like, all right, if I'm gonna make money on this game, you have to buy this device that I'm selling that I'm gonna lose money if you buy it. So stop making exclusives. Open it up to everybody else if you're making money on the game.
Right. That's what you're saying.
No, I don't think so.
That's why I'm saying I'm too dumb to figure this out. So don't ask me what I'm gonna do, because if it was me, I would. If it cost me $450 to make, I'm charging at least $550. That's the simple answer. I don't know what the.
I think the strategy is like, okay, you have a choice between two games. Say one is a Sony exclusive that's like doing really well. You're like, oh man, I want to play that. All right, I'm gonna go buy a PlayStation. All right, cool. Now I have a PlayStation. Now you're way more likely just to buy more PlayStation games. So it keeps you in the PlayStation ecosystem, as everyone likes to say. And then you're just like, all right, I know this exclusive's good. Sony makes good exclusives. I'll just keep buying their games. So you keep making more money off that one purchase of a console in software. So the software cost will outweigh the hardware cost on that one person if they keep buying your games.
But if you made money on the games anyway and it's a good game, why does it matter if it's an exclusive? Like, let's say you own an Xbox.
You get more money from it.
Let's say you own an Xbox, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let's say you want to play Neo, right? And I don't want Neo. Is it an exclusive? It's an exclusive, right, for PlayStation?
Yeah.
Okay, as an Xbox owner, I want to play Neo, right? But it's not available on Xbox,
so you have to get a PlayStation.
Or I just won't play it, or I just won't buy the game.
Correct.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
So they would sell more of the things that make money, the games that you're saying.
But when you make a game multiplat like that, you don't have all the money. It goes to that game sale goes to like Xbox.
You're overcomplicating it, bro. You're overcomplicating it. If they're gonna lose money on every console, exclusives are pushing this console.
So what's the point of pushing a console that's not profitable?
What's the point of pushing something that's you're losing money on?
I don't know. They just make it up in software, I guess. I don't know. That's the only thing I can.
Dude, like, you get your quarterly report. Hey guys, we did great. We sold 100,000 units of PlayStation 5. But that just means I lost $1 billion, man.
If anybody
Are we
works
clapping
in
our hands or are we
sales-
not? You understand? It doesn't make sense.
Anybody who works in sales at Sony, please explain to us.
But I don't know, maybe it's that when you
Oh, you're
have
watching.
a console, you just buy games for that console instead of buying games for another console. So you always buy PlayStation games. Not necessarily exclusive, just like always PlayStation games, even if it's third party. So they still would make it up that way, I guess.
I guess.
I mean, they're doing really well. Like
I guess.
they're doing super well. I mean, PlayStation is the most profitable part of Sony, so I mean they gotta be doing something right.
I guess we're doing something.
Sony PR has joined the chat.
There it is.
Unless it costs $450 now, but then due to economies of scale, it'll get cheaper. Like after 6 months, it becomes $400. After 6 months, the production cost is $350. To the point where
Maybe because like the tech like not degrades, but like degrades in value per year.
or it's cheaper to make due to making more of them, and it gets older. So it may be $450 at launch, but then 3 years later, it might only cost them $100, and that would make sense.
I don't know. I'm not a business owner.
There
I
are
don't know.
pieces to this puzzle we do not have.
But they did say in that report that the fan on the PS4 cost under $1 for them, like as a mass market, and the fan on the PS5 is costing multiple dollars, which is so freaking vague. But
It is called saying multiple dollars.
But they said a couple. I think they said a couple of dollars. But that I guess that goes to show you it's like, hey, cooling is a big factor this time because PS4 is loud, man.
Because we paid $3 on this fan.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. So that tells me that there's gonna be, I guess, more power. You know, it lends itself to a power argument. It's like, oh, we need a better fan, better cooling system because we have more power. Blah blah blah. So, yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
That's
then,
enough
another
of PlayStation speculation.
Weird news story is that NVIDIA GeForce Now, something we have personal experience with actually, launched last week out of beta, doing pretty well so far. It is losing all Activision Blizzard games. This includes WoW, Overwatch, Call of Duty, everything that Activision Blizzard makes, gone.
Get
See ya.
fucked.
NVIDIA says they don't know what happened because they talked to every publisher like a few months before they were gonna launch out of beta. Be like, hey, you're good, right? We're good for launch. Like we're in beta, we're good for launch, right? And they're like, oh yeah, we're good.
I think maybe Microsoft bought exclusivity for xCloud or something.
I don't know, but I think it's very strange that
Google.
games that were in beta for 2 years just leave at launch.
Maybe Stadia. Maybe Google just put it on the table. Just put fat stacks on their table and just like so.
Who backed out of the deal? Was it? I'm assuming it's
I'm
Activision
assuming it's
Blizzard.
Activision.
Activision.
Blizzard. Yeah.
They didn't have that under contract.
I don't know.
Maybe they just
But
made
they
it.
just-
I don't know.
I don't know.
So
Sounds weird, right?
Maybe it was a bug.
Maybe you can break contract and just pay money and be like, all right, whatever, dude. Like, here's money.
You can pay
like,
money to break contract, but you're still going to court over, aren't you?
something sounds odd there.
That's what they said. That's
Something
what they
strange
said.
is afoot.
There's no way Nvidia doesn't have
As big as they are, like
these companies under contract. Like they spent 2 years in development, and now once they launch and then people like it, then they pull up, back off. Like that doesn't make sense.
Maybe-
Like no,
maybe-
dude, you're with me for at least 5 years.
Yeah,
or
maybe
2 years.
Nvidia just isn't being transparent about it. Like
maybe
maybe the
that's
contract is only
possibility.
for X amount of time, and they went to get them to renew their contract a couple months ago, and Activision Blizzard didn't.
Did the Verge mention at all? Did they hint at all whose decision it was to drop? Activision Blizzard games?
The Verge said that per Nvidia, it was not their decision, but again, that's per Nvidia. So.
That's,
For Nvidia, it was not their
It
decision.
was not Nvidia's decision, according to Nvidia.
Yeah, which
So-
is like
So it's kind of just hearsay. Like you don't really.
yeah, but I do think
No.
it's very strange because GeForce Now, like you said, was good. You enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was good. Fortnite was good, but Call of Duty was not. Modern Warfare did not run good.
I guess it's Modern Warfare is just a more taxing game on your system, I guess, or on their systems.
Yeah, I don't know the reasons why, but it was very.
I don't know.
The
There was
difference in
there
performance
was
big.
not a rumor, just like a theory going around. It's like, hey, like Activision wants to control where their games are. So say like you're on GeForce Now, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna play Call of Duty, cool, and you have a bad experience because it's not good. You're like, fuck, this game sucks. Like I don't want to play Call of Duty. like maybe it'll give them more of a bad rap.
Hey, Marshall from Sony's joined us, folks.
Damn.
So
How
podcast listeners, I just made that joke calling out Sony PR to come help us solve this mystery.
Just want to clarify a few things.
And then somebody just jumped into stream named Sony Public Relations team.
That is so legit.
Hey, folks,
I can't even take
Marshall
it. It is
here
so legit.
from Sony. Just want to clarify a few points mentioned here on the stream. Hi, Marshall. Thanks for jumping into the stream.
What's up,
Go ahead and drop
Marshall?
a follow while you're at it, and maybe even subscribe.
Yeah, definitely do that.
And then we'll entertain a discussion about Sony.
A person from Sony.
How crazy would that be? That'd be sick, right?
They'd be like, ask us anything. It's like,
The
When's the
PS4
PS5
is
coming
not
out?
loud. The system runs no louder than a ceiling fan.
No, the PS4's loud. You're wrong. I have one.
I know my Xbox is very loud though. I think they're just old though.
Yeah.
It's just old. So speaking of Activision Blizzard, mostly on the Call of Duty side of Activision, COD has revealed their Battle Royale mode called Warzone. Kind of unintentionally, maybe intentionally. They sent out
If it's
screenshots
intentional,
and
it's
stuff.
pretty smart, I guess.
They sent out screenshots and stuff. We knew that Battle Royale was going to be happening in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. We just didn't know exactly when because they said on games release, we're like, hey, we're going to be adding it in. We may add it in as a standalone title. We don't know yet, but it will be coming in a couple months. Here we are 4 months later. Finally have some information about it. So that's going to be coming out soon. There are screenshots, like I said. You can go ahead and check those out. And there was allegedly some kind of a bug that threw some players into the Warzone map, and so players were able to like walk around the map and see and like loot things and all that stuff. I didn't watch the video, but apparently someone has posted a video on it. You can check that out. So far, it's it's pretty much like every other battle royale. There's tier-based weapon systems, loot boxes, a lot of searching around for crap, all that kind of stuff. And another interesting thing is there's a kind of like a currency system in the game where you can use to purchase kill streaks and stuff. So like you can like you get money you can call on an airstrike or something like that. It's part of our 100-year warranty, 6,000 segment plan for profit.
I was asking Sony Public Relations team if they, hey, do you guys lose money on each console? And they responded that they're reinvesting in their console.
We'd like to think that we're reinvesting in our console. It's part of our 100-year, 6,000 segment plan to profitability.
Got him.
Okay. There's the answer, guys. That's it.
There
I can make a profit in 100 years from now.
From Sony representative himself.
That profit's like $1 billion.
So, be on the lookout for that, Battle Royale fans. I'll probably be jumping into it because I've been wanting to play Battle Royale recently.
So it's noon now. What do you guys want to do here? There's a few things we can talk about, and there's still deals and rumors and stuff to go through. So what do you guys want?
I think this was some interesting news I want to talk about on the rapid fires.
Okay.
Just go ahead and just keep going about it, I think.
Fire away.
Real quick, Sony has acquired Insomniac Games for $229 million last year. We knew that Sony bought up Insomniac Games. We didn't know how much and how much they paid for it, and that is how much they paid for it. Which is it's a lot of cheddar. So
for the SEC, so it's definitely official.
This is official. This official price. It's a lot of money to throw at a developer.
Yeah, but they'll make that back.
Yeah, of course, right?
They'll make that back pretty
Apparently
quick.
in their 100-year, 6,000 segment plan of profitability. Resident Evil fans and Netflix fans, there's a Resident Evil series on Netflix that has been quote-unquote accidentally leaked online via Netflix's official Twitter account. This actually comes to us from Forbes because Forbes is getting into random shit lately.
That's fine, whatever. As long as you do good.
So far, the synopsis basically takes place 26 years after the outbreak of the T-virus and the events of Raccoon City.
Do we know? Oh, so Resident Evil 2 is like during the virus, so this is like way after.
This is like 26 years afterwards. So this is like I don't know. I have no idea.
Leon's like in a wheelchair fighting zombies.
Chris Redfield's like having like a walker or something like that.
Claire is just like helping him. They're in wheelchairs together.
Let's see. The Last of Us Part 2 will be playable at PAX East later this month, and Naughty Dog says they are putting the finishing touches on the game right meow.
awesome.
The LE edition of the game is back in stock, so grab it while you can, because that did just
It
fly
flew.
out.
It flew off.
Flew off of the virtual shelves in a day.
Yeah, so that's back, and there is in the deal section, I'll just mention it now, there's a free dynamic theme you can get. There's some codes here we have, I guess, I don't know, so you could probably write it down and put it in the chat, but
Yeah, we'll put
the theme is super cool because it's a duality theme, so during the day you'll have one picture, and then during the night you'll have another picture.
Mm-hmm.
So during the night is her, trying to fend off some seraphites, which are the enemies, and then during the day is her playing a guitar underneath a tree. It's really cool. I like it a lot.
It was really cool looking. I saw it too. Dead Space fans or fans of the creators of Dead Space.
Whoa, dude. Don't get me hyped like that, man.
Yeah.
Don't get me hyped.
Fans of the creators of Dead Space.
All right,
that creator has revealed a new game, or is going to reveal a new game soon, under new studio 31st Union. This studio is led by Michael Condrey, formerly of Infinity Ward, and is now under Take Two. Yeah.
Yep.
So we have no idea what the game is going to be about. It's definitely not going to be another Dead Space title, but it's probably going to be pretty good because the Dead Space games were all good. Sony
really good.
Patton has hinted at an integrated assistant in the software to help players. Not really sure what it's going to be about or what it's going to do. However, this patent does say that this system can be used to show microtransactions.
So I'll kind of explain it. So basically, if say you're in a game, right, and you're fighting a boss, and you're like, God damn, this boss is just kicking me left and right, man. How do I beat this thing? The assistant will be like, hey, I see you're stuck on this boss. Most players that completed this use these things to do it. So it'll show you they use this item or this weapon or this armor set, and then it'll show you where to get them as well if you need it.
Okay.
So that's the overall how it would work, but it can be used for microtransactions as well. So it'll be oh, you need this weapon, and this weapon it can be upgraded with this item. Here, you can buy this item. So it can be used for kind of both scenarios here. And a lot of people online are just like, oh my god, Sony's going the route of EA and microtransactions, their first-party games and everything. It's chill, relax. I'm sure this is a developer tool that they can use for each developer to be like, hey, how do we want the assistant to help the player here, or in this case, or in another case? So I think the idea is pretty cool, though. I think the idea would work. What do you guys think about that idea?
I think it's neat. I think it'd be a cool addition. If it's really just kind of a little tool to help out, that's cool. I have no issue with for microtransactions and stuff. It's just if a game has for microtransactions, then it will gather them for you. So I think it's pretty neat.
I think it's a good idea. It does have a bad taste in your mouth, but it's oh, you need this item? Here, spend money on it. It's
Yeah. What are you gonna do? Microsoft and Samsung have partnered together to work on xCloud. This comes to us from The Verge. So xCloud is just ramping up, man. They're really trying to make it work.
The theory is that that xCloud will become pre-installed for a month or whatever on new Samsung phones. And Samsung is the biggest mobile market leader by far
Really?
ahead of everyone.
Why does everyone own an iPhone then?
I don't know.
Just everyone in America owns an iPhone, I guess. At least in other countries, they're not so crazy about it. Moving on to stranger news. Drake has signed a streaming deal with Caffeine. What's Caffeine? I don't know. I found out this morning. Caffeine is a streaming website, like Twitch or Mixer. But for some reason, he signed this exclusive deal with Caffeine and not the extraordinarily more popular sites out there. Apparently, Drake wants to use this to hype up the Ultimate Rap League, or URL. For those of you who don't know who it is, because I sure as shit didn't know what it is. It is it's actually a channel on YouTube where they just have rap battles and stuff, and they just get random famous people in there to do rap battles and stuff like that. I don't know. It's pretty cool. It's got 1.12 million subscribers or something on YouTube.
All right, that's pretty good. We're almost there, but that's pretty good.
Yeah, we're getting close.
What are we at, 30?
They're only a little bit higher than us. And I guess Drake's trying to use his fame to grow this streaming platform, because that's what we need. We need more random streaming platforms out there. I checked out the Caffeine streaming platform. There's literally 4 games on there. It was Apex, Fortnite, Overwatch, and Rust. That was it. That's literally it. That's all 4. That's all the games on there. There's I don't know, 17 views or something on their highest viewed game. It's just not a whole lot on there. And then there's a bunch of random you know, just random artists or famous people or semi-famous people on there. You know, Drake is obviously the biggest name on there. And, you know, it's just strange. I don't know what's going on with it. But that's a thing. And if you're a Drake fan, I guess you're a Caffeine fan now, too.
Somehow.
Quantic Dream announces that they will pursue self-publishing for their games, which is always a nice thing to see. You know, everyone doesn't like a publisher to be breathing down their neck and making them do things like CD Projekt Red, for instance. They don't go through a publisher; they do all their shit in-house.
Yep. Quantic Dream games are okay. It's a very particular game style, so
yeah.
If you're not into it, you're not into it.
Little games,
yeah.
Marvel's Avengers is now up for pre-order on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. They have some additions out there that you can totally get into if you are super hyped about this game. I generally don't know anybody who's super hyped about this game. But if that is you, random stranger, then do we have some news for you? Because there is a Hero Edition which comes with some little outfits and other little cool stuff that's $80. And there is the Earth's Mightiest Edition, which is their super badass Ultimate Edition, which comes with all the stuff from the Heroes Edition, plus some physical merchandise like blueprints to Iron Man's armor, or Black Widow's belt buckle.
I think there's a statue too.
There's Captain America statue. Just random shit like that. But that's gonna be $200. That's a lot of money to shovel out for a game that doesn't have a lot of hype around it.
And those editions come with a 72-hour early access to the game, which I hate. That.
There's that.
We talked about earlier how games should start off on the right foot. This game has to start off on the right foot. If this game launches like Anthem,
oh yeah,
you're screwed.
Yeah,
because you're the biggest property.
It's
Marvel.
One of. It's huge. And so, yeah.
If this game has a co-op campaign,
it will. It is. That's
it
what
is?
it is. That's basically
goodness.
what it is.
It's gonna be awesome.
It'll have single player missions you can do.
I can't wait to play with my kids.
But basically,
you can have
each of you can play as a different Avengers.
Oh,
and stuff.
dude, they're gonna love that.
So you can have
kids can
someone can be Iron Man flying around, and someone can be the Hulk smashing stuff. And you work together to do different things and stuff. And it sounds really cool on premise. It just has to be executed correctly.
Yeah, and that game comes out September 4th. It was actually delayed by 4 months. Wait, May, June, July, August. Yeah, so 3.5 months it was delayed. So maybe there's okay, guys, we need to really not be like Anthem.
So it could be if it's as good as Spider-Man.
It's not okay.
Hold on.
It could be.
Okay. If it's close to being like Spider-Man's gameplay, but co-op with your friends.
Yeah.
That sounds so bad.
A little more dumbed down because it's mission based and stuff. But yeah, I mean, generally,
so
big Marvel fans are excited for it. The game visually looks really really good.
I'm not a fan.
How does it play? We don't really know.
I'm not a fan of the character models. I'm not a fan of their character design.
Some of the character models are kind of weird.
Captain America looks cool.
I kind of like Captain America's one, yeah.
I don't like Thor.
Hulk looks like Hulk.
Iron Man's alright.
Kamala Khan Iron Man's cool. I mean,
I mean, you don't see the front anyway. You're going to be looking at it from a third person perspective anyway. You just see.
Yeah, but I mean, you see them in the cutscenes and stuff.
Yeah.
You still want them to look cool.
Yeah.
And
they did show some gameplay. Actually, it looks cool. It looks pretty cool.
They should have put Black Panther on there because he's a very popular character.
He'll get added in.
Yeah.
So the idea is that they're going to be adding in more Avengers,
like Ant-Man will be added in there.
Hawkeye
later on.
Yeah, Hawkeye. Yeah.
How much I don't know if they're going to be charging for these characters. I don't really know.
I would assume so.
I'm surprised they didn't just take the likeness of the cinematic universe.
It's probably so much money. It's probably
it's
probably
certain reasons why.
It's Marvel's Marvel though.
Well, I mean, but all right. So there's always and this is something that actually Deeply explained to me, is that the reason that there are so many costume redesigns for every movie, every video game release, everything, every time something is re-released for a superhero, the main reason is so they can sell new merchandise for this new design. So new Captain America action figures, new Spider-Man action figures.
I get it, but for the target audience, if I'm playing with my kids, I would like to be Doctor Strange. I know Kate would want to be Iron Man. Eliza would want to be a Black Panther. I don't know. That sounds fun to just go into an open world and just start being a bad guy.
I mean, I think they tried to. They probably didn't want to do that because they wanted to create their own identity with their own game, which I get. So it's not you just ripped off that. It's no, we're trying to create our own thing.
Yeah, too much. I mean, it's got its pull because of people watching movies. They see the movies, they want to do that. Oh shoot, I could be that.
Yeah, that's true. And I hope this game plays well, because my fear is when you have a lot of different characters like that,
Yeah.
they don't play as well if you have like 2 to 3 characters and they're
Yeah.
really like fleshed out. So,
Yeah.
a little nervous about that.
So, speaking of franchises, Star Wars, which has had some actually really, really good success for Jedi Fallen Order.
Woo!
Disney says they want to, quote, empower the game developers to, quote, reimagine the catalog. This is due to the success of both Marvel's Spider-Man and Jedi Fallen Order. So it sounds like with
I'm
the
down with
success
that.
of those
I'm
two
super down
games,
with that.
Disney is actually starting to give real attention to the gaming developers that are under them, and we'll possibly seeing some more high-profile games from Disney-owned properties.
I'd be okay with that. What kind of game would you want to see out of a Disney catalog?
Jedi Fallen Order 2.
Okay. Maybe a different one?
Jedi Fallen Order 3. That's basically it. Also,
Big Disney fan here.
other interesting random news. Xbox has revealed a Jordan-branded console for the Xbox One X.
What do you guys think about that?
Image is up. It is stark red, and it's
It is.
supposed to be...
Right.
it's supposed to be a throwback to one of their shoes. I don't know much about shoes, but, that's what it's supposed to be. There's
That
only
looks cool, I guess.
one way to get it. There is a limited time competition until February 27th. They only made very few of this console, so this is like super, super, super exclusive. So
How do
get
you
your hands
guys
on it.
think about it? You think it looks good?
Thanks for the follow, Clown Pup.
I think it looks all right.
Oh, what's up? Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Woo!
Woo! Let's go. Now we're at 61.
Yeah.
Ooh, 39 more. Let's go.
I think.
Clown
it's-
Pup, get your friends in here, please.
I think it's
If
pretty
you would
cool.
be so kind.
Think it's cool?
It looks, it's cool. Whatever. I'm not really a basketball fan or Jordan fan or a shoe fan or
a sports
whatever
fan.
or a sports fan at all. But it's cool. I like the color red.
It's a nice red.
So the only way to actually get your hands on this console is to retweet a certain tweet from Microsoft's Xbox account. That was a link that I sent you earlier. You literally just have to retweet it. I'm not doing it because I don't have Twitter. But if you do have Twitter, go ahead and do it.
And then sell that thing immediately
The
after.
last guy did have a hat, but then we got rid of it because reasons. It was he had a bamboo hat, like a samurai.
Huh, interesting. How'd you wear that?
Or a rice farmer. Mostly rice farmers. So yeah, if you're interested in getting that, go ahead and go on to the Microsoft's official Xbox Twitter account. You'll see an image of this, and it'll be like, retweet it to get your thing. So boom, there you go. Oh, Sony official statement on the Jordan Xbox. Trash. Where's your Jordan PlayStation, homie? Nothing. You got nothing.
Oh yeah, I don't need it because I sold 110 million units. That's why.
You don't got it. You got nothing. No exclusivity with famous people. Actually, some bizarre news, and I think this will be the kind of last of the news,
Yeah, we gotta wrap this up.
is
Late.
courtesy of our
Late.
boy D Poodley. Streamer Empire was permanently banned on Twitch after
Lol.
kissing a picture of a super popular female streamer that goes by the name of Pokimane.
Never heard of her.
During his stream, she
No,
plays
she's-
games and she's attractive and stuff.
That's it.
This chemist was actually, I saw this on Dexerto. He basically brought up, during his stream, he basically brought up a picture of her and then made it look like he was kissing her butt. And then he received a 1-day ban, and then Twitch is like, you know what? Permabanned. And then banned him permanently. And so he is currently trying to appeal that after sending out an apology video. Pokimane heard of it, watched his video, was visibly creeped out, but she kind of laughed it off. Is this creepy? Absolutely. Is the ban necessary? I don't know. But I do know that Pokimane can't even stand up during her stream without people in the chat freaking out calling her thick.
Damn, that's
So-
Is that? I don't know. Thick with a C though. It's
Thick
attra-
with
that's-
thick with C's.
that's
thick with
attractive.
C's.
That's
so,
an attractive
that's
thick.
it was like
a good
oh,
thick.
she's thick, because she stands up and people see her booty and they're like, oh my god. And so, and that's like, so
Dude,
a lot
it must
of
suck to be
a
a
lot
woman
of fans are
streamer, dude.
super
It must
creepy
be
about
so
it. Yeah.
bad to be a woman
Yeah, I
streamer.
think she just has to
Like,
just realize that a lot of them are just.
Is there any
super
other
creepy.
context to this? Was he like playing a joke? It's like, oh hey, look what I can do.
I didn't
do
watch
something
his
funny.
stream.
Like,
I think he was just doing like IRL talking with his channel, and then I guess maybe they were talking about Pokemon, and then they thought that she was hot or something like that, and they brought a picture of it, and then he like kissed the screen where her
Okay.
posterior is, and then
Nice.
Twitch was like, you know what? I don't like that.
Nice. Yeah. That's what I watch Twitch for.
Yep, booty kissing.
Man, that is not what I thought I would read about today.
And then I guess we should just really quick list off these releases and deals so you guys just know what the deals
There are
are
some cool
about.
things on the horizon.
Bayonetta and Vanquish remasters are available February 18th. Go ahead and pick those up. Target is running
pick those up.
a buy two get one free sale on video games, so get it while you can.
Check that out. Make sure it's still going on.
Do you know how long it's going on?
I
You
do
don't
not know.
Okay.
I do not know.
Okay, well, Target actually has random good deals like that. Remnant from the Ashes is getting a physical release on PS4 and Xbox One on March 17th.
Nice.
Remnant's a really
Nice.
cool game. Go ahead and try that out if you're a fan of those.
Good to see an indie
those
developer
styles.
like
It's really cool. I
have
really
enough
enjoyed
money
it.
to put out a physical release.
Really
That's
enjoyed
really
it.
good. Yeah, new dynamic theme for The Last of Us.
The
like
new
I said
dynamic
before.
thing for The Last of Us. Sigga, if you can go ahead and type those up and put those in the chat.
You have like a year to get them.
Yeah,
so.
you have like a year to get
You have
them. So
time.
those are you have time, but this is where you can get those codes if you are interested in them. But you have to have a PlayStation, obviously, because they're for PlayStation. Neo 2 Last Chance for a free trial starts on February 28th and ends on March 1st. This is the Neo 2 after they had listened to the criticisms of the previous trial, and they have revamped a lot of things, and so it should be a little bit fresher than it is than you played it the first time around.
Yeah, and that game has actually gone gold this week, so that's cool. Good for
Oh,
them.
there you
Gotta
go.
wrap it up, boys. Gotta wrap it up.
Division 2 is $3 on the Ubisoft Store, and that's it. All right, folks.
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you for stopping by. As always, listeners, we stream this podcast live every Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time at twitch.tv/FPSguides. Remember to smash them like and subscribe buttons. You can check out all of our content on Apple iTunes Podcasts, Google Play Music, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, Alexa, and most importantly, our website, fpsguides.com. Also, check out our Discord. Links in the description below on Twitch. Come chat, play with us, drop memes, whatever you want to do. Just join our Discord and play with us, please. We play all the time because we're gamers, obviously. And don't forget to tell your friends about us. We are at 61 followers as of today.
Woo!
Thank you, Clown Pup, for being our 61st follower.
Thank you.
And tell your friends about us so we can get closer to 100, which is our goal. And when we get to 100, Eric's going to take his shirt off.
That's right.
Yep.
I think I have that in the contract somewhere.
Remember, we're never shy about feedback, so if you have any feedback, let us know, and we will take that criticism hopefully well. All right, guys, that's all we got for you. And remember to play games and have a great Valentine's Day and weekend.
Have a great Valentine's Day.
Wow.
Play games, guys.
Very
See ya.
impressed.
I can do off. You did that super fast.